Alrighty, so y'all seen me quite recently do quite a few riding mowers and stuff over here. Bunch of Craftsmans, Murray a John Deere, that Craftsman. So now I'm going to get back to doing a couple of push mowers because we're getting closer to the beginning of the spring, and I know if I get these running, I want to get all the push mowers running so that they can leave, and I'll work on the riding mowers as time allows, because I know I'll get them done during the summer, spring. Hopefully I'll get them done by Easter-ish, maybe even a little bit sooner than that, depending on how much time I get. So this one was a free mower. I got a Toro last year. I don't think I ever filmed it because I was so busy and I wasn't really concentrating on the channel at that point. But same guy gave this one to me because he was moving to Colorado out west. I'm in North Carolina, so not going to take a mower with him. He actually got it from a neighbor who let him use it. Because of the whole moving situation and whatnot, it took him a few months longer to move than they originally thought after he gave me his other push mower, and I got the Echo SRM 230 weed eater and stuff from same guy. But this one is kind of in rough shape. It is a Craftsman, a front wheel drive self-propelled. He said everything worked on it. He used it to cut for the season. It's just really dirty, but we're gonna get it running. It's got a should run already. It's got a Honda GCV 160 on it, 22-inch cut. Blade's in good shape, deck's in good shape. Like I said, it's just really dirty. Looks rough. The wheel is, you know, some people will go right up against concrete and stuff with their wheels, and this it's wearing this off. I think I've got a wheel for this, so I'm going to pop that on there. If not, I'm going to find a lookalike, or honestly might buy one if I don't have one. But you can see he probably run up against a fence and stuff with it. Maybe not him, but the previous person. It is the Easy Walk with the 2 levers on it, which hopefully will work. It's got good tension and stuff on it. I think I checked the oil in it and it was really dark, but again, that's not really much of an issue. Hopefully I don't jinx myself, but you know, you feel after you work on riding mowers and it seems like they take forever and a day to get done, you get to a push mower and it's like, oh, it takes 5 minutes when it really takes you about 3-4 hours. But that's beside the point. Hopefully this one will not take long, because I would love to sell it off, and I know this thing will sell really well. Running is probably $140 mower. I'd take $120 for it. And we'll clean it up. Let's check the air filter while we're at it. The air filter's pretty caked. Right there on the bottom, actually. It could stand to use a new one. I might be able to beat it out. A lot of times with mowers that look kind of cosmetically rough, I just beat out the air filters and put them back in, because they're paper elements, so as long as they're not caked with dirt and crud and stuff like that, then they'll operate like they should. This one is okay. We know it's not the reason that it's not running. We actually know that this thing does. We actually don't know if it runs. I was told it runs. He used it to cut grass for the entire year, so it ran in some capacity, you know. Checking the oil. Oil's pretty dark, it's saying to be changed, but it is full. So, did this thing have any gas in it? It's been a couple months since I picked this up, because I've had other things, you know, the holidays and other projects and stuff. It's almost full of gas. So let me get my camera tripod, open up the gas valve here, and I'll just keep the air filter off it for, actually I'll put the air filter back on. We know that it runs, or we know that it's not clogged. So it's a Honda GCV 160. Is there any of them that don't run, you know? Let's see, there's my little tripod. Let's choke it. As with all Hondas on a cold start, it takes a little bit for it to come off and choke. And there you go. Self-propelled. It's gonna have to be tightened up. You see it works. It's just a little on the loose end. That's not a big deal. Alright, so we know it runs. We know the self-propel needs a little bit of tightening up, which I don't know if this is an actual adjustment for it or not. I don't think it is. I remember seeing Bruce Pender's video where he actually had to get inside the self-propel to get it to tighten up, so we're going to look at that. Shouldn't be too big of a problem. Usually I obliterate them whenever I open them up though. I'm going to source a wheel for it, and I'll break this apart and we'll see what we got. So I have a whole container just full of like wheels and stuff, good wheels of all kinds of mowers. Big wheels, small wheels, pneumatic tires, hard wheels, and found a few samples. One of them's off an MTD. This is an AYP mower, and so that's off of a Craftsman. Those wheels are a little bit bigger. Those are an MTD wheels, neither of which will fit on this mower. So I'm like, well, do I buy one? Because I'm not concerned about the tread. I'm concerned about the actual like tire, or the tread portion of it just falling off because of just sliding off, because it uses the lip there. So what I ended up doing, instead of having to buy a new tire for this mower that's obviously not new, is ended up taking some screws, some very small screws, and ended up doing exactly what you don't do with the pneumatic tire, and screwing like a little pattern of screws in to the tire there, or to the plastic mounting portion of the wheel. so that it doesn't come off. Not the most, this is like redneck ingenuity at its finest, right? So pop that back on, and you just have a bunch of screws in your tire, but it's not a pneumatic tire, so it's actually helping rather than hurting, believe it or not. I know you got small engine guys can relate. It's just kind of, do you spend 20 or do you spend $10 on a wheel when you can just take a few screws and fix it like that, Of course, I got the mower for free, but every $5 to $10 you put in it, it's $5 to $10 less you make, and you have to determine, is it necessary to put that money into it? And me being a cheapskate, it's like whatever it takes to make it reliable. If it's not going to be reliable, then I'm not going to do it. I'll go ahead and spend the money. But as long as I can make it reliable, then that's what I'll do. So that's a reliable fix. And next I'll go to the easy walk up here, see if we can get that going. Alright, so there's two 8mm that get this off, and then some Torx bits, or some star bits, to get these four cover bolts off. And it actually turns out that this is an adjustment on the outside of it, so you don't have to take this off. We're going to clean this off here a little bit. But you can see you can actually adjust it by just turning that, which I was doing. It just wasn't doing anything because I guess I needed to pull it out even further, and that allows the cable to be pulled a little bit tighter. Hopefully it's nothing down there with the transmission. Might be just a bunch of crud in the under the cover down there. We'll have to check if this repair doesn't work. But I just want to say I do have this off, but you don't have to have it off, believe it or not. There has an adjustment right there on this one. This one in particular. There are others you might have to take off to loosen up. I'm going to get this cover back on before I lose all my springs and all my other good stuff on this. And we'll loosen it up. I'll show you how to loosen it up once I get the cover back on. Alright, so it's back on now. I have loosened the self-propel. So remember, tighten it and just loosen it. And if it looks like you have provisions for a wrench, if you need to put a wrench in there. I guess over time, if like the belt gets worn or something, you can do this, and then once you loosen it out to a certain point, then you put a belt on it. But let's see if I can crank it up with y'all in my hand here. Alright, self-propel. So beforehand, the wheels would turn, but it wouldn't pull me. Now, and obviously you can't feel the sensation on camera. But it's pulling me, so that's a good sign. So the two minor things that needed to be fixed, the wheel and the easy walk here, are done. So let me change the oil, sharpen the blade, clean it up, and I'll give you all a final look for this thing. Alright, so here it is all cleaned up, ready to go actually. Took me less than 2 hours to get this one ready, if that much. Probably about an hour from pulling it out to filming the video and everything. So turned out to be really good. Obviously the paint and stuff's faded on it, but I washed off all the dirt and whatnot. I mean, I don't really care about pressure washing it sparkling clean, because I mean, as soon as you go cut 2 paths of grass with it, it's going to look exactly like it did. So just make sure you get all the dirt off of it. I didn't mention that it did come with a bag, so that's even a bigger plus. So the self-propel's working. Got the wheel fixed to where the treads won't come off anymore with those screws. So Let me know what y'all think. I think that this will be about, I'll probably list it for 150 because this one's actually in, if you know Craftsman's, this one really is not bad for the front axle. The front axle wheels usually look like they have some camber on them, like you know, put it on a racer or something. You know, I could take the muffler off of it and it'll probably sound like one, but yeah, not bad for a free mower, I would say. And all I got is the, you know, $1 of oil that I put in it, all 16 ounces of it, so it's not bad. So let me get my stand here and let y'all sit down, and we will see this run. That was a warm start because y'all saw the cold start earlier, and it's only about an hour difference, but y'all saw it cold started just fine too. Did the typical thing with the choke on the Honda there. But so Propel, uphill just to make sure it's pulling good. There we go. I think I had a little bit of water on the belt I needed to get off. But yeah. So, running great actually, as all Hondas do it seems, as long as the upper jet doesn't get clogged up. So, yeah, hopefully this is a nice little short video for you. Easy fix. Everybody likes to see an easy fix. And a nice little break from the ride mowers I've been working on recently as well. Makes you feel good when you get one fixed and running and ready to sell in less than an hour. When the weather warms up, I list it for $150. It'll probably go the next day. And, yeah, another one in the bank. One less in my shed and garage, which I'm really desperate to need to get rid of some. But here when I film it in the middle of winter, you know, nothing's selling. I don't even bother listing them until first week in March down here in North Carolina. So yeah, thank you all for watching. You'll see more push mower stuff coming. I hope to be doing a little bit of a base plate swap on these two, and then maybe that pressure washer too. Just kind of give you all a quick preview. Y'all know I film these in advance, so I'll put them in the order that I kind of feel like I want to put them out there, but give y'all some continuity and stuff. So Instagram at Ellis Mowers 09, same thing with Facebook if y'all want to follow me there as well. Thank y'all for watching. Catch you on the next one.